won it was a person that was in developmental named Baron Corbin. So that was a good start for his career, and and that pretty much put him on the spot to actually make an impact. The next match I want to talk about, or segment slash match, was The Rock came. Yes, The Rock. And pretty much he came in to get the crowd hype and, pretty much tell people that WrestleMania set the record with 98,000 people. And that was pretty much cool because they broke their previous record that I believe that was about 94,000 back in the day. But then while celebrating, the Wyatt family came, and pretty much the Wyatt family consists of four people: Bray Wyatt, the leader; Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman. All three people came because unfortunately Luke Harper is actually injured. All three people came to the ring, and pretty much Bray Wyatt challenged The Rock, and The Rock said, "Bring it on," because he's The Rock. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much Bray Wyatt sent Eric Rowan, one of his followers, and The Rock beat him literally in five. Believe 3 to 4 seconds to broke the record for the quickest match. And pretty much when they got mad, they tried to jump The Rock, but guess who came? The biggest wrestler right now, John Cena, came back from injury and literally cleared the house with The Rock. And it was actually a good, feel-good moment because they actually had a rivalry that was very good, but actually really real. Because honestly, both of them had, were the guys in their time when he was wrestling, and they didn't like each other. And that was not scripted. That was real. So it was a good feel-good moment to pretty much both of them embrace each other and the fans to embrace them. And last but not least is the final match. That is the main event between the CEO of the company, Triple H, versus the challenger, Roman Reigns. FYI, Roman Reigns is my girlfriend's favorite wrestler. I think he's okay. And FYI, he's also The Rock's nephew as well. And related to the Usos as well. So this match, honestly, was an okay match. I'm not going to be a hater and be like, it was awful. But I will say the match was very long. It was 32 minutes. And pretty much, it had its spots. But in all, wrestling fans knew what was going to happen. And, pretty much we knew that Roman Reigns was going to win. It was already foregone. And, some wrestler fans, they don't like him because he's chosen. But, me personally, I have hope for him. I don't hate him that much. But pretty much the match was 34 minutes. It had its spots. For example, the CEO's wife, Stephanie McMahon, who is the daughter of the actual owner, Vince McMahon, and the sister of the brother of Shane, got in the match trying to interfere, and Triple H moved, and she got tackled by Roman Reigns with his quoting spear. So pretty much that was a high match, and Triple H tried to cheat and use a sledgehammer, but Roman Reigns tackled him with his spear and beat him 1, 2, 3, and pretty much won the WWE title, and that is the biggest title of the company. When you win this title, you are officially the guy, and you pretty much have to lead the company in the right way. But in all, with all the matches and me watching all the matches, and granted I believe it started from 4 o'clock and did not finish till 11. So I'll probably say it was a good 7 to 8 hours show. Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably say the show was a 7 at best. And I would probably say that it wasn't. I don't think it was better than the last WrestleMania, honestly, because of the matches. But I would say it was a decent WrestleMania. It actually was a good WrestleMania. I was actually entertained. I actually stood through all long hours of the WrestleMania. And the reason why I said that, because it had certain matches that were good, but it had certain matches that were just too long and, not fully developed. But in all, it was a decent WrestleMania. I enjoyed myself. I watched it with my girlfriend and my brother. I definitely talked to it about other people who actually watched the WrestleMania. Put it on social media with Snapchat. People was like, we appreciate it. And, I was entertained. And that's the thing about wrestling. If you're entertained and you can keep viewers watching, and pretty much people actually watch it because, 98,000, filling Jerry World, the Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium. That's a big thing, and pretty much to be pretty much the whole entire Sunday from the time that you started to the time you finish, and throughout the day, be the number one thing trending on Twitter is a big thing. So honestly, like I said, I believe it was a 7 out of 10. I'd give it a C as a grade for the pay-per-view, and hopefully with the analysis that I'm about to put through, you will know what do I see and how do I feel about it. So for example, with the matches, let's go down the line. With the first match with Kalisto and Ryback, I feel like with both wrestlers, they're going to see each other again in the near future for another title match. With the Total Divas, I feel like it was a good send-off for the wrestler who's about to retire, and I feel like the wrestlers are actually going to have to meet each other again in a rematch. And then with the AJ, with the Dudleys and Usos, I believe that they'll have another match the next day, and it'll be a table match, and that's just my, opinion. And then with AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, I feel like the feud is over, that they already fought one another, and pretty much it was a tie between two GOATs. And the next match with the New Day versus League of Nations, I feel like it's going to be a tag team match for the titles. And I feel like the New Day will face the League of Nations and actually win it and keep their titles, because honestly, they are the biggest tag team right now in the WWE. They're way over, and they deserve everything that they got with their gimmick that they've been given. But that's just my opinion. But I do like them though. They're very fun and funny. And with the Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose match, I feel like Brock Lesnar is going to pretty much take a break, enjoy the money, that big contract that WWE gave him. And with Dean Ambrose I feel like, he can learn from the loss and pretty much head towards something else with another wrestler to pretty much put himself as a legit contender for the title, granted that his best friend has it. And pretty much for the Divas, I feel like this was a good match, and actually they was rewarded a new title belt. So instead of being called Divas, it's actually the Women's Championship now. So that was a cool aspect of the match, and I feel like it's gonna be a feud between Charlotte and Becky, but I believe down in the summertime, Sasha will come and face Charlotte for the title and take it from her, and that would be cool for me because Sasha is my favorite wrestler, female wrestler actually, but she is one of my favorite wrestlers. And then with the Shane and the Undertaker, I believe that Shane will get embraced the next day on Monday by the fans for pretty much going toe to toe with the Undertaker and being the underdog. And I feel like he's going to have something to do with taking over Raw and taking over the company sooner than we think. And with the Battle Royal, I believe that the winner will pretty much get that move up to the roster. I believe that he earned it. He won a match that he pretty much was the underdog to, and he actually won it. So I feel like he's going to move from developmental and actually move up to the main roster and make headways because he's very big, strong, and he actually was a former NFL player, Baron Corbin. And with The Rock, I feel like The Rock will pretty much, go and chill, enjoy himself. He's a part-time wrestler, he comes and goes, but he earned that because pretty much he put his foot in, he pretty much led the WWE to what it is from the Attitude Era, and that's my favorite era of wrestling. And John Cena, he's not yet cleared to wrestle, but I believe sooner or later he's going to come back and pretty much make an impact because he is John Cena. And if I had to compare John Cena of another wrestler, if you don't know, I compare John Cena to the Hulk Hogan of this era of wrestling. And then with the final match, Roman Reigns versus Triple H, I believe finally that Roman Reigns, who won the WWE title from Triple H, the CEO, has pretty much cemented himself as the guy of the company. Granted, people might not agree with it, and some people do, some people don't, and honestly to the point that I believe that he still has to earn the spot because a lot of fans are pretty much outright disapprove of him being the guy. And yes, he does get booed, but he does have fans that cheer him, for example, females and little kids and my girlfriend. Don't know why, but it's okay. So me personally, I believe that he'll have to prove himself more and pretty much actually, get the respect from, the fans to pretty much be the guy. But from right now, he is the guy. So, in all, I believe this is what's going to happen for the next upcoming. And I just want to send everybody out on a good note. This is my WrestleMania 32 podcast, and my name is Tevin Mason.